Hello and welcome to Preps Overtime, presented by Tom Dinsdale. I'm Jack Sheard. With me is Dale Miller, and we're going to talk about girls prep basketball, including a Ravenna team, #1 in the state.
#1 C2, undefeated, 14-0, preseason #1, and they've certainly lived up to expectations so far.
Any challenges ahead for them coming up?
Well, they'll have their conference tournament here a week after the next. Probably face Kearney Catholic again, #3 team in C1 who they've already beaten twice this year. #6 in Class B, Adams Central also in there. They have not faced them yet, so they're probably the two toughest teams left on their schedule.
And Ravenna, you told me, I believe it's 33 points is the most they've allowed this season?
Yeah, Kearney Catholic in one of their games got 33 against them, got 32 in the other. Centura also got 33 points, but their defense just makes it tough. They're in your face throughout the game, and it can really make teams look ugly out there.
Another team to watch out for in Central Nebraska, Boone Central.
Boone Central, yeah.
Also ranked.
Right, #6 in Class C1 in the latest rankings, and they've really come on strong this year. They've had a decent program for several years, but really breaking out this year. This past week, they beat both West Point Central Catholic and Columbus Scotus, two teams they've really struggled with in the past. So they're really making a name for themselves, and it'll be a team to keep an eye on in Class C1 for the rest of the season.
Here in Grand Island, city schools maybe not having their best seasons, but Gish, 7-6, right?
Right. They've been a little up and down so far, but they've had a couple losses to district opponents, which you don't like to see. But Kearney and North Platte, they both lost to, but they're both close games, and they have rematches in their traditional home-to-home series against those teams. So they've played some good teams pretty close this year. Miller North, Lincoln East, a couple of ranked teams, highly in Class A. So they're just looking for a little consistency, and if they get a little momentum down the stretch, that district can be pretty wide open for the top three teams.
And Heartland Lutheran, they just had their Goldenrod Conference tournament.
Right.
And they've set a school record for wins already for girls basketball.
5 wins, and they're making an upswing. First-year coach Terry Frederickson said he just hoped that the team could start being competitive in every game, and they're starting to get to that point. So a lot of momentum there. They lost to Burwell in the quarterfinals 30-21, so just a horrible shooting night for them. Otherwise, they might still be alive in that tournament. But things are on the upswing for the Red Hornets for sure.
And another city school with a first-year coach is Northwest.
Right.
And last year you can say it was a down year.
Yeah.
They're not so bad this year, and you can see some signs of improvement for the Vikings.
First-year coach Troy Glock, who'd previously coached the boys team at Northwest a couple of years back, really has them going in the right direction. They've won 4 of their last 5 games to reach 5-5. They beat Class C1, then #3 ranked Wahoo last week, which was, I'm sure, a huge momentum booster, giving a lot of confidence heading into the conference tournament next week, where they'll play Central City. That's the team they played in the first game of the season, lost to by only 7 points, and those are 2 very improved teams. So that rematch in the quarterfinals will be an interesting one.
So there's that to look forward to. Another Northwest conference tournament, and so does Central Catholic. They have theirs coming up. What do you see in that tournament?
They host in the first round. They'll take on Lincoln Lutheran, a winnable game for them, but win there, whoever will have to go play Aquinas again, very highly ranked team in Class C2. Central Catholic went there last week and lost to Aquinas, so that would be a tough matchup. But they're another team that's been kind of up and down, and I'm sure they would like at least a win or 2 out of this conference to kind of build some momentum as sub-districts are around the corner.
It's that time of season as we get into the tournament play with girls basketball where you mentioned a couple of coaches are hoping to see some of that consistency, and maybe we'll start to see it in some of these area teams come tournament time and getting closer to districts, sub-districts, and all those things, and into state.
Yeah, because if you look at the girls basketball, sub-districts coming in the middle of February, it's just a few weeks away from a lot of these conference tournaments, so you don't have many regular season games left after your completion of the conference tournament, so you really need to get things going in the right direction to have that postseason success everybody hopes for.
Well, Dale Miller's always got things going in the right direction. Thank you, Dale.
Sure.
And we'll see you guys. Thanks for joining us on Preps OT, presented by Tom Dinsdale. We'll catch you next week.